beautiful people. I am extra early today. I'm so excited. This is your girl, Sister JJ, aka Dr. Benjamin, aka Dr. B, aka Sister JJ. And welcome to my podcast of Stop Living Broke. Yes, the podcast is on my channel. I am Sister JJ, and the reason being is because um I wanted to be there. And I got a lot of other stuff that's going to be going on that I want you guys to be able to come and check out. So it's my channel. So on my channel, I have different things. And one of the things on my channel is Stop Living Broke. That's my episode. So thank you all for chiming in. And I know this is my first podcast, and I'm coming up on my first week. Now, I've had like TV shows under the public broadcasting networks when I was in Virginia, stuff like that. I've been on radio, TV, oh God, I can't even think of the daggone radio station. But I've been on a few radio stations, but they were small. It wasn't the big guys. However, this is my first podcast, and I have been thinking long and hard about what type of podcast I wanted to do. And if you chime in on my other episodes, you'll see this is a podcast of financial information being shared to hopefully help you make better decisions to change your lifestyle. So, yeah, it's like 3:43 Eastern Standard Time. I know some people are at work. I get it. I'm just still trying to find my niche, my time niche. You know, I was doing it late at night, and I was like, woo, I'm tired. So then my intentions is to do it in the morning, but I'm doing my exercise instead, checking on my stocks, doing my me time. So I'm just finding my way. Yesterday I did it around 5 o'clock. That seemed pretty okay. So I don't know. Between 3 and 5 is what I'm pretty much looking at, unless I'm filming or in business meetings. So nevertheless, before I move forward, let me put out this disclaimer. I am by no means a financial advisor. All of the information I'm giving you, trust me, you can research it yourself. It may be experience that I'm speaking in reference to, but I do highly suggest that you research it yourself, especially when we get to talking about investment stocks and things of that nature, cryptocurrencies, excuse me, things of that nature. I strongly advise you to research everything yourself, because reading is fundamental. And it's one thing getting it from me, and it's another thing to confirm what I'm saying. And then that makes what I say even more valuable. Yay. So, we have been talking about portfolios. So, if you do not have a portfolio, please go get you a portfolio. You can go to my website, Rag Girl Publishing. That's RAG Girl Publishing, and purchase your a portfolio. Sure can, only $20. Or get your book. You can get a book, a straight notebook. Get a notebook. You can use a app. You can use Google Sheets. You can use Excel. And basically, a portfolio is tracking your investments. It's tracking your money. What are you doing with your money? And what you are investing in, is it making you money, or you might need just change it because you're not making money, right? So get you a portfolio, get it started, write the vision, make it plain, get your portfolio. And there are typically 5 types of portfolios. Now, before I go into that, hello everyone that's chiming in. I do want to say this is not the type of podcast where I'm going to be talking about what's going on in the celebrity world, because I don't know those people. And I'm not going to be gossiping about somebody's baby daddy, because I don't care. And I'm not going to be ranting and raving about a bunch of crazy stuff, because I'm not a crazy person. I'm going to be sharing financial information, having a financial conversation that hopefully you can take it and utilize it to make better decisions in your life, so you can stop living broke. That's the name of this podcast, Stop Living Broke. Now, if you got it going on, then hey, cool beans, but I'm always looking to learn, and I'm always looking to grow. So that's what this podcast is all about. It is all about sharing financial information with you so that you can make better financial decisions. And unfortunately, a lot of us, my beautiful people, we don't really like to listen to information that challenges our current situation of how we are spending our money. And that's why we have a false image of of wealth. We have a false image of being successful. We have a false image of being rich. It's like spinners on a car. You look and it's spinning, shh, but when you look at the car, it ain't going nowhere. And it's spinning, it's shining. Sometimes people put lights on. It's like, ooh, ah, you look so good. Ooh, ah. But then when you look at the car ain't going nowhere. So this is for us to stop doing that because that's living broke. And the first step of stop living broke is to change your mentality. That's the first step. You have to change your mentality. And how you change your mentality is change your mindset. How you change your mindset is educate your mind, recondition your mind, renew your mind, right? Get rid of old habits and adapt new habits, So just real quick, if you really want to get into the portfolio, I really go in depth about the portfolio either in episode 1 or episode 2. This is my first podcast. I got to go back, I guess, and label them because I thought I was labeling them, but I put it in the description. But when I go back and look, I'm like, ugh, this is not right. So I'm going to do my best to label them so that, hello, how are you? So to go back so that you know what each podcast or what each episode consists of, because I've gotten really in depth about a portfolio. Black people, get your portfolio. And if you white, get a portfolio. Hispanic, get a portfolio. But for the black people that I have been talking to, there's a lot of us don't have a portfolio. A lot of us don't even know what a portfolio is. And then when I do try to talk to people about a portfolio, like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But you don't have one. And yet and still you you're living broke. So get your money intact. Get your money intact. And once again, you can get your portfolio from my website, Red Girl Publishing, or you can just simply get a notebook. It's not that hard. Just get a notebook. Or Google Sheets or Excel. But you want to track your money, where your money is. What are you doing with your money? So typically there are 5 types of portfolios. You have the growth portfolio, and I use it mainly for my long-term goals. So when you are investing, your investments, your retirements, things of that nature, it's a growth. So you're planting it like you're planting a seed. And let's say you're planting a tree seed. A tree seed is not going to take harvest and root overnight. That takes time. So that's a portfolio. That's the best way I'm explaining it. Then you have your income portfolio. I have one of those as well. Income portfolio are investments that money come right now. Microwave money come right now, right? So again, you're planting your seeds, but you expect a quicker harvest, right? So you can pretty much live off of it or whatever you want to do with it. And then you got your balanced portfolio. Your balanced portfolio is basically you balancing out where your investments are. This portfolio pretty much lists all of your investments and where they are. And we'll talk about the different types of investments, okay? Real brief, because I talked about that in my other episodes. So I'm just going to go through the list real quick, and then you guys go to the episodes and look at it, because I got so much more I want to talk about. But I just want to make sure we understand what portfolios are. Then you have your target date portfolios, and that is if you are invested in something and you want to be able to get your capital gain out by a certain time. So you may say, I'm investing in this company to 2030, and after that gotta get my money. Or I'm invested into some NFTs, or things that all types, right? For a certain time. And then you have your social responsibility portfolio. And there are people out here that are really into the environment. Thank God for them. And they are invested. So many types of portfolios. And you can make your own type of portfolio up if you want. But those are the basic ones and the general ones that people typically use. I'm a juicer, so I'm going to take a little bit of my juice. Delicious. And so that's that. I don't want to get too far down that lane, because then it'll take away from this episode. But I do want to talk a little bit. I've been talking to you about different ways to redirect your money, different ways to reprioritize your money, and mind transformation, mind adjustment. Mind adjustment, adjusting your mind, right? Balancing your money. The B word people always use is budgeting, budget. I like to use the word balance. Balance your money. Balance your money. We're gonna balance our money. So the master art of balancing your money is, like I said yesterday, track every dollar. That's, hey, you can use that in your portfolio as well. Balancing your money, tracking your dollars, right? Where is my money going? Where's my money going? Right? You can just simply write that out, right? Where's my money going? Income, expenses. Income versus expenses. Where is my money going? So basically, real simple for those who don't know. Now, if you do know, yay! But some people just don't know, and that's what I'm here for, or to reiterate for you. So here it is. So you basically write out what you make, all of the money that you make throughout the month. Write out what you make for that whole month. And you can even break that down. I make this amount every 2 weeks or this amount every week, however you want to do it. But what do you make every month? Then you put in your household necessities, like your mortgage or your rent, your utilities, your phone, all that stuff, your phone, eating, your insurance, all of those things, right? Your household expenses, the things that you absolutely need to have in order to survive. I'm not talking about your vices. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about your nails getting done. I'm not talking about the lashes. And I'm not talking about your drink you drank. I'm not talking about taking your car to the car wash. I'm not talking about all of those things. I'm talking about your necessities. Okay? Your insurance, your car note, if you have a car note. Those things, even if you use the public transportation, add that in. Those are your necessities. And then you subtract that from what you make a month. And now you see, this is what you're netting. This is what you have. And then you can go into your vices, you know. So, but when you go into your vices, then we get into what they call the 50-30-20 rule. Now, the 50%, 50-30-20, 50% is that you will take 50% of your income to pay your bills, your necessities. That's what you're going to take. And so when you do that, so now you got another 50 left over, right? So you take the other 50, and it's all in how you look at it. Me, I don't think you should take 30% and spend it on entertainment and shopping. Not me. Me, I think you should take 30% and put that towards your retirement plan, your investments, your emergency funds. That's what I think. You notice that's the 3. 10, 10, 10. Your retirement plan, your investments, your emergency funds. That's me. That's me. That's what I think. Then you got the 20%. The 20%, put that towards your fun stuff. Your nails, your hair, you know, all of that. Going hanging out, your vices, all of that. When you do that, you sit back and look, how much money do I have left over? Now, you're able to stop living broke. It's really simple. The formula is simple, but the execution is the problem. The formula is right there, but it's the execution. So you have to be honest with yourself. And you have to make a cautious decision, cautious and conscious decision, that you don't want to be in the same position you are in this day in 30 days or in 60 days or in 90 days. So we're going to stop right there. I asked in a couple of episodes ago, if you lose your job today or tomorrow, can you survive past 30 days without a job? And I'm not talking about unemployment. Can you survive past 30 days, 60 days, 3 months? Can you? If you are not working, can you survive 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? And if you can't, hello, you need to rethink what you're doing. And a lot of times it's over in those vices. It's over in those wanted needs, right? So that's the 50-30-20. Figure out what's most important to you and make those decisions and readjust your money, balance your money. Then while you're doing that, take an opportunity to look at what you are spending out. A lot of subscriptions, they're getting this with a lot of subscriptions. Give me a moment, drink it. I'm a juicer. They got me. I had a lot of subscriptions. I was like, dang, I got a lot of subscriptions. I didn't need them, so I took them off because you don't need them. If you don't need the subscriptions, then don't utilize them. Suspend them until you need them because you can always go back. That's the beautiful thing about life. You can always go back. All right, so that's how you master the art of balancing your money. What else did I write? Prioritize savings. Okay, so you want to prioritize your savings first. Treat your savings like a bill. Pay your bills before anything else. Hello, somebody. Pay your bills before you go out there hanging out. Pay your bills before you go out there buying clothes. You got clothes. Most of us, especially us women, we go in that closet. We got a closet for the clothes, and I know I do. My daughter's about to get married, and she wanted me to buy a certain type of dress, and I was going to buy the dress. Well, I bought the dress, but here's the deal. I lost weight, and so the dress too big. And so here we are. My daughter told me, Mom, you got a lot of dresses in your closet that you can wear. I wish you would have told me that at first. So what am I saying? We don't necessarily always have to buy stuff. Go in your closet and refurbish some things. Or here's another thing. Here's another deal. Go sell some stuff and then take that money so you can go buy other stuff if that's your thing. But we keep piling. A lot of us females, we are fashion hoarders. A lot of us are fashion hoarders. Yes, a lot of us are fashion hoarders. So, pay your bills first. Pay your bills first. Pay your bills first before you go and do all of this wanted needs. You need to pay your mortgage. You need to pay your rent. You need to pay your car note. You need to pay your electric. You need to pay your phone bill. You need to pay your insurance. You need to pay those are the necessities. You need clothes. You need food in the house. You need toiletry items. You need your toothpaste. You need your soap. You need those things, right? So take care of those things before you go galloping into these malls and stores trying to be like the Kardashians or the Knicks influencer and flashing it all on social media. And don't get me wrong, because I be all on social media. I sure do. But trust and believe, I ain't doing it broke. So that's all I'm saying. Make sure that you start your emergency fund. Now, I did say like at least $500 to $1,000 and let it grow, and then grow it 3 to 6 months over time. But here's my deal. If you have never, because when I talk to some people, I'm like, damn, you don't even know how to save. So if you've never saved before, then start off small. Every paycheck, just take $10 out. Or you could do two things. Not two things. You could do several things. Every paycheck, take $10 or $20 and put it away. Don't bother it. Or take 10% or 20% of your paycheck and put it away. Don't bother it. Right? So when you're talking about savings, then let's go back, because in one of my podcasts, I keep saying podcasts, one of my episodes, I was talking about high yield savings. So get your money up to some high yield savings accounts. All you need is $25. You can get your high yield savings of Capital One starting at $25. Some high yield savings you may have to start at $100, but put your money in a high yield savings opposed to the traditional bank or even a credit union, because the interest on it is greater. And I talked about that in my other episode. So definitely go and check that out. I really get into it. It's pretty cool too. I went back and looked at it. I was like, wow, this was pretty cool. Some really good information. So start off small if that's where you at. If you can't start off big, then don't start off big. If you're not disciplined enough to start off huge, then don't start off huge. Start off where you at. It's okay. But start somewhere. And I highly suggest that you get a high yield savings. Again, you can check out my other episodes about high yield savings. And then continue to save and let it be contagious. Let it be like an addiction to you. Like, oh my God, I can't stop saving. Woo, I gotta put money in my bank. I put money in my bank. And it's like, whoa, I can't go out. Nope, I can't go out. I gotta do something else with my money. You know what I'm saying? And even if your vice, I'm not gonna name vices, but if you say at the end of the week you spend $100 in your vice, then at least take $10 of that and invest. I'm not even telling you to do half. At least take $10 from your vices and put that in. I didn't mean to say invest. Save. We'll talk about investments in a moment, but save because you should always have some type of money to fall back on. Even if you like, here's the deal: if your tire buses right and you need help and you said, man, it's gonna cost me $1,000 to get the tow truck, get my tire and woo, and I need some help. And they said, well, how much money you got? You know, you call your mama or your daddy, your friend or your sister, your brother, and you said it costs $1,000. And they said, well, how much money do you have? And you say, I ain't got none. Like, damn, you got no money. But if you say, I got $200, okay, they can work with you. I got $500 in my savings. That's telling them something you save. So that's all I'm saying. Put something in your savings so you can contribute to anything that may happen. Or just your future, because your future you would definitely be appreciative. It's all about stop living broke. And if you're not strong enough to do that and you have the capabilities of doing that, do the automatic thing if you work in a traditional job. Let them automatically take it out of your account. Okay, stop living broke. This is what this is about, and all I'm doing is sharing information to help the mindset change first. Because when I be talking to people about money, they want the tips. When I talk to them about stocks and stuff like that, they want the tips. They want to boop, 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 boop. But if you don't understand, then you're not going to be able to comprehend what I'm saying to you. You have to educate yourself. You have to change your mind. Mind transformation. Mind transformation. That's what this is. Mind adjustment. Mind adjustment. Okay? Mind adjustment. The next thing I want to talk about is killing the high interest debt quickly. So a lot of us got credit cards. I got credit cards. So you want to focus on paying off your credit cards and the payday loans first. So, I hate them payday loans. I ain't never do that. Now I tried. I thank God for whatever reason I did not get approved because I probably would have been so addicted. I'm not even gonna lie. This was way back in the day. So I got a family member. She did that. Put up your car for collateral, and so she called me and told me to meet her there, and because she needed me to come get her. And I said, "Where I'm picking you up from?" And she told car loan. That's the but still pay the loan, but car loan. So I came to get her. I said, why am I picking you up from here? She was so embarrassed. She said, I put my car up as collateral and I couldn't pay back the money. I said, oh, wow. And I'm not one to judge a person or kick a man when he's down or a woman when she's down. But I definitely was like, hey, you need to take some financial literacy so you're not put in that situation again. And she didn't want to do that. But that's that. So what I'm saying is if you're dealing with credit cards, things of that nature, this is something that I learned in college. Don't spend money that you don't have to back that credit card up. So if your credit card is like $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, don't spend that money if you don't have that money in your account to back it up. So like for me, for example, when I go get my gas, I use my credit card, right? I look at my account and say, this is how much money I want to pay in my credit card. So I will, if I want to put $60 in my car, then I get my credit card and I pay for it with my credit card. Boom, do the $60. I get home later that day, next day, whatever day before the credit card is due. I go online and I pay that $60. So, and then what happens is my credit looks good on the credit card side. I'm building up my rapport with the credit card company and I'm controlling how I spend my money. Now, they said statistically speaking, when you spend using your credit card, people are less likely to spend as much. That's called credit card balance, credit card control. All right, so control your spending by utilizing your credit card more, and then that builds up your credit history and builds up your discipline, and it builds your relationship with the credit card company. Okay, so focus on that. You can use what they call the snowball method. I learned this a while ago. I didn't learn this in college. I learned this a while ago as I was building and learning how to be a better money manager and be a master of my money and not let my money be a master of me. It's called the snowball method. And that's basically like pay your small bills first. Once you pay your small bills, then you got more money. Then you go pay the bigger bills, the bigger bills, the bigger bills, the bigger bills, and then you're paid up. So it's like that, and then it turns to like the avalanche. You got all your bills paid, right? So pay your small bills first. Look, be honest with yourself. Pull up your credit report. And further down the line, we're going to talk about credit. I don't want to talk about credit reports and stuff just yet. Just want to still do the mind adjustments. I don't want to run a lot of stuff at you at one time. But when you're talking about your bills, you do need to look and see what your bills, what bills you have. So pull up your bills, pull up your credit report, and take care of your small bills first, and then build up to your larger bills. Now, one of the things you can do, you can call if you're behind, be like, hey man, I'm gonna do a payout, how much it is, like that. Um, I wrote what I said, increase income, don't just cut your expenses. Okay, so we want to increase our income. Well, now I've been talking and talking and talking about cutting your expenses, cutting your expenses. Remember I said checking your subscriptions and not going out to eat as much, and cutting back on your vices, and even like now what I just said, paying off your debt. So that's kind of like, I'm paying out, I'm paying out, I'm paying out. So what's the flip side? I did talk about this a little bit in one of my episodes about getting more income coming in. So increasing your income. So you could do a side hustle. You get social media is another great, awesome way to generate income. I have not gotten a niche on it yet, but I see some people, they making money. Some people making like $800 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, 200, 2,500 dollars a month. Some people making money off of the doing the social media thing. I should hope I will be doing the same. Nevertheless, there are so many other ways that you can make money. You can make. There's nothing wrong with doing Uber. It is nothing wrong with doing Uber. It sure ain't. So you could do Uber as your side hustle or your main hustle if that's your thing. You could do Uber Eats. You could do DoorDash. You could do Instacart. There's all types of ways that you can earn extra money. You could do photography. You could do hair on the side, nails on the side, acting on the side. They got background gigs. They got acting gigs. I mean, because I'm saying that because I'm into the entertainment business. Making pies. I got a homegirl. She make pies and stuff, and make a couple of dollars doing that. Whatever your side hustle is, you can make that extra money. Now, don't take that extra money and spend it. Take that extra money to invest or put towards your savings. But if you're gonna put it towards your savings, put it towards the savings that's gonna give you a higher interest rate. Okay, higher savings. So you can sell unused items online. I used to take this girl to the post office, and she would like, I said, people buying that stuff? That's when I first found out about marketplace and stuff. I said, people buying that stuff? She was like, yeah. I said, okay, that's cool, right? So yeah, or upgrade your skills so you can get higher pay at your job, so that's that. But we are no longer living broke. Change your mentality. Change your mentality. Mind adjustments. That's what this is about. Mind adjustment. For some people, this may be boring because they may not want to face the fact that they are living broke, and then they want a change and they need a change. But for those who realize that they're not comfortable with their current financial situation, here it is. Here's some information to help you change that. Okay. I just got 3 more things that I want to talk about. Then I'm going to talk about something else. Using your cash or debit more often. So I was saying that you should physically see money leave your hand makes you more disciplined. So for some people, I know me. When I go to the store, and my sisters would tell you, I start spending so much because I already got in my mind how much I'm spending. I start spending, I gotta go. I'm spending too much money. I gotta go back home. I'm spending too much money. It's because I know that if that money is going out, I don't see it coming in. All I see is it going out. No, I need money coming in. Why don't I got something replacing the money coming out? Because I'm thinking, where's this money being replaced at? This money's not being replaced. It's replaced. I'm just giving it out. I gotta go. So sometimes when you physically see your money leave your hand, you be like, whoa, let me get a grips on this. And for some people, they get a high and just want to keep it, you know. And then you got some people that when they swipe their card, they swipe and it's just cool. They don't see the money, so they swipe. And for some people, when they swipe, every time they swipe, something goes off in their brain. I'm swiping, that's more money leaving. I'm swiping, that's more money leaving. So they like, I'm hold off on my swiping. But then some people, they're swiping and with just carelessly swipe. Nothing is registering that money is leaving. So everybody's a little different. You got to figure out what works best for you. If having cash in your hand works for you and helps you stay more disciplined, then do that. But if utilizing your cards works for you to help you stay more disciplined, then do that. There is no one right rule. It's the one that works for you, if that makes sense. Okay. Then what did I say? Bill, multiple streams of income. Oh, I just talked about you. I'm spiritual. So if you're spiritual and you read the Bible, it says you should have multiple streams of income coming in. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, I watch, and he stated years ago, you should have 7 streams of income coming in. Now, one of the richest men in the world, or at the time, I think he was the richest man in the world, say you said 7 streams of income coming in. Hello, somebody. So don't just depend on your job, that one job. You should have different streams of income coming in. So if that's investments, if that's a side hustle, whatever, you should have legal. You should have legally several streams of income coming in, whether small or big. You can work and still be an entrepreneur. You could be a workpreneur. I just made a word up. Workpreneur. So I used to own a house in Macon, Georgia, and that was income coming in. That was another string of income coming in. And when I got tired of that, I sold it. Right? And I made some money off of it. So you can have multiple strings of income coming in. Just surround yourself around financially wise people. Surround yourself around financially wise people. Stop trying to be the smartest person in the room. That is definitely living broke. When I talk to people and they got to always prove to me that they know something, I just look at them because I'm looking at your financial status based on what I see. Yet you don't want to listen to good information because you want to prove or you want to feel like you know everything. I am a learn it all. I am a learn it all. I am not a know it all. I got that from this preacher. He said, I'm not a know-it-all, I'm a learn-it-all. And I'm a learn-it-all because at a minimum, I'm a learn what not to do. So stop being the smartest person in the room. If you're the smartest person in the room, you can't grow. You won't grow. So surround yourself around people that are smarter than you for the most part in certain areas or have more intellect than you. Get your mentor. I have mentors and I'm a mentor. I am a mentee and I'm a mentor. I have mentors and I have mentees. Get you some financial coaches if you can. Podcast is right here. Hello. right? I'm providing financial information. And guess what? I listen to other financial podcasts. Excuse me. And then surround yourself around communities that engage with smart money moves. And that's like different organizations, things of that nature, right? You don't, because a lot of times living, broke living people are broke minded people because they are afraid to talk about money. They're afraid to face the truth. You can't handle the truth. They're afraid to face their real financial truth. And that might be because they're embarrassed or prideful, but who gives a daggone about being prideful when you're trying to stop living broke? Who cares about that? I would rather be I would rather be embarrassed within myself to check myself why and be around someone who's educating me or providing me information so I would not be in that same situation, opposed to faking it like I got it going on and I don't. You know what I'm saying? So surround yourself around people who could provide you information, and stop feeling prideful or like, man, that stuff is whack. I do not like being around people who try to be something that they're not. If you're not informative, then shut the fuck up and listen. Shut up and listen. That's living broke. You running your mouth and you're not giving your ears an opportunity to deposit what someone is saying so that it can process in your mind so that you can execute it. Shut up sometimes. Real talk, shut up. I want to talk to you guys about something that I found very, 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 very interesting. So I was listening to Richard Fains, and he's one that I do listen to. I think he's pretty cool. My sisters turned me on to him, and while we was in Hawaii, and so I've been listening to him, and he had mentioned something today about black people not supporting black people, and black people it's basically black people not supporting black people and trusting black people, and things of that nature. So I just decided to do a little research on my own and to understand, where we are financially in this world, right? And so for the most part with black people, we all know that we carry this country. And what I mean by that is we are the biggest consumers. We are the biggest consumers. Black people, I'm not even going to say people of color. Black people are the biggest consumers. But do you know that we are the lowest in wealth? Yeah, I just looked it up. So it says the median net worth by race to recent data. And so in 2021, this was the data that came out. In 2021, the median wealth was approximately $27,100. The average for black households was higher, but still substantially lower than other groups. Ergo. So, black households, median wealth was $27,000. So then it says in 2021. So then it says in 2022, the median wealth went up. It was $44,900 for the black household. That's the median. I mean, you got millionaires, because here in Georgia, this is the number one. Atlanta is the number one city, they say, in I think in the country, I don't know if the world, for the most black millionaires. So I'm in the right place. But they said the median, right? Then it said in 2021, the median wealth for white people was $250,000, a little over $250,400. That's $250,000. But black people in 2021 was 27,000. What the is going on? It said Hispanics, the Asians was 320,900, 2021. And for Hispanics, it was 48,000. Even the Hispanics in 2021 had more wealth than what black people did. Yet we're the biggest consumers. Don't you think that's a problem? We are living broke across the board. Come on, y'all. but we look like we got it going on. So then it says 2022, the median was 44,000 for blacks, and for whites it rose to 285,000, and for Koreans it went to 536,000. That's $500,000. A little over $500,000 in 2022. The Asian community, that was their median. And then Hispanics, theirs rose from 48 to 61,000. And ours rose to 44,000. Something is wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. We are living broke, black people. But we are the biggest consumers out there. Why is that? Mainly because we don't want to listen. But we sure will get on there, on these podcasts and all these Instagrams, and listen to a bunch of gossip and flex a bunch of worthless bull crap. But we will not educate our minds. We will not do a mind adjustment. That's a problem with that. So it says in 2021, white households held over 80% of the U.S. wealth, while black households, making up 13.6% of the household, held just 4.7% of the wealth. Parallel comparisons in 2021, white households had over 9 times the median wealth of black households. Although wealth has increased for black and Hispanic households faster in percentage terms since 2019, the dollar gaps in absolute terms have widened. The gaps been over $220,000 in 2022. Come on, y'all. Our wealth, yet we look wealthy. Remember when I talked about the car and the spinners? We living broke across the board. And the reason why, because we don't want to listen. And we don't want to do a mind adjustment. We just want to spin. You want to have a form of wealth and not actually be wealthy. It's a spirit of stubbornness over our people. And we need to check that. We need to check that. It is a lot of these podcasts out here that's way more intellectual than I am. I be watching and learning and listening. And I'm like, what is going on, people? Why aren't we getting this? And we're giving it to you for free. So then I go on and research. This is the median annual earnings, the income. So this is a range from 2021 to 2023. It's so heartbreaking. So the general population median, for the blacks is the general population is $69,717. So the black household, their annual median is $46,774 a year. That's what the average person is making. While the white household average is making $74,932. That was in 2021. So bring it up to speed. I need to get for 2025. I was trying to get 2025. Let me see. Well, we're still living in 2025. So I probably won't get, I had to look at that for 2026. So in 2023, the black household went up to 56,000, a little over 56,000, 56,490. One of the lowest across the racial groups. Oh, God. And the Hispanic household was 65,000. And the Asian household was 112,000, which was the highest. That was in 2023. It didn't give me the whites. I don't know why. So then, well, the whites probably was between the Hispanics and the Asians. I mean, that ain't hard to figure out. So earnings by full-time workers weekly, the whites was making about $1,229. Blacks or African Americans making $991. Asians making $1,553, and Latinos making $947. So they kind of dropped below us. And this is quarter 2 for 2025. Quarter 2. So they did give me what they have right now. The quarter 2 reports have come out. So the whites, the Asians, weekly, they're making $1,500 a week. The whites are making this is the median now. I'm talking about the median. And the whites, they're making like $1,200 a week, and we're not even making $1,000 a week. Come on, y'all. This is a median. Hey, KK. This is a median. Come on. We got to get this together. And I didn't even see this before I chimed on. I just saw the top part. We don't want to listen to anybody. We living broke. We are living broke. And we got to change that. And how do we change it? Mind adjustments. Mind adjustment. Adjust your thinking. Adjust your mind. So then it talks about your personal income, ages 25 over, full-time workers. Whites, they're making $40,000. Personal income, they're making $40,000. Asians are making $42,000. It's over, like $42,000. So the whites are making $40,422. The Asians is making $42,109, and blacks, we're making $32,021. So though these are older figures and likely lower in quarter 2, so they're saying these are kind of lower. They just giving us an annual. This is blowing my mind. This is blowing my mind. This is blowing my mind. So far for 2025, Asians are grossing full-time on a median. They are grossing $80,000. While the whites are making $63,000. The blacks are making $51,000. That's the annual projection. And for the blacks. And then the Hispanics are making $49,000. We are the largest consumers, yet we are up and down with the Hispanics fighting for third place, fourth place. It's crazy. We got to stop living broke, guys. We got to do something better. We have to do something better. Okay, so I want to read this to you. Black households have significantly lower median net worth around 1/6 to 1/9 that of white households, and less than 1/10 compared to Asians. Wealth growth has been strong in the black and Hispanic households, but absolutely differences remain large and even widen in the dollar terms when viewed in the recent years. Guys, my God. Black households and individuals earn less on average than white and especially their Asian counterparts. While there's evidence of income gains, the racial pay and wealth gap remains significant. So there it is. You know, we are the largest consumers. We'll make somebody rich real quick, but we are the lowest paid. We are the lowest paid. So, hey guys, if you want to stop living broke, chime into this podcast every day, every single day. I am committed every single day to come and share information because it keeps me on my toes as well. And as I'm learning information, I gotta go tell somebody. So I come and tell y'all. right? And then I want you to go tell somebody. But I don't want you to just tell somebody. I want you to utilize the information that's been given to you. Chew the meat, spit out the bone. Research everything that I say, because once again, by no means am I a financial analyst. I do want to I want to cut and say, please, 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 please like and subscribe to my channel. This is my first podcast on YouTube. Yay, I'm excited. So please like and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. I'm building, I'm growing, and I'm learning. I'm learning. Remember, I said I'm going to learn it all. So I'm building, I'm growing, I'm learning. And I love the fact that you guys are chiming in on it. I hope that the information that I'm sharing with you, you are using it. I hope the information that I am sharing with you is beneficiary to you, and that you're using it, and that you're sharing it. This is something to go run your mouth about. Go run your mouth about this. Tell your friends. What's that guy said? They're going to find you. Go tell your friends to come check out I Am Sister JJ every single day. On the weekends, I just give some tips. I just give quick little tips, little 1 minute, 2 minute tips. But every single day, I'm on here talking to you all about finances, right? So please like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys did chime in yesterday on the DC Carey podcast. I was on there. I'm there every single Wednesday around 8:30ish. It's a bunch of comedians, trust me. So they're not talking about finances. They ain't talking about none. They talk about current events, or I should say we talk about current events, but it is definitely in line with what you think. They are nothing but a bunch of grown men, and I'm the only female that we come on and we just have a ball, and they just make me laugh, and I be tripping at those men. So you can chime in every Wednesday right here on YouTube. DC Carey, this race, and coming this Monday, I'm so excited, guys. I will be having my sister 8 o'clock ish. Y'all know as I say ish. 8 o'clock ish, and we will be launching our Diamond Girl Speaks. We've been launching this since 1st of January, and we had did some pre-recordings, and I looked at it, I said, oh, this fake, this whack, we can't put this out, and we just kind of set on it. But now we're here, and we're ready. We're ready, and we're gonna be talking about boys or men, and we're going to be talking about relationships and current affairs and health, because we are really into our health. We're going to talk about traveling. We're going to talk about finances. We're just going to be talking about a lot of good things, and it's going to be really refreshing to actually have someone that I can actually talk back and forth with. Like I talk to you guys too, but I got to take a minute to read what you're saying, but to actually have that vocal conversation, and it's going to be really interesting and fun, and I'm excited about it. So every Monday 8 o'clock, we're going to be you're going to chime in with me and my sister, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. So that's that for guys. Oh, one other thing, because I said I'll always give you guys some investment information. I'm not going to say a tip because I'm not a financial advisor, but if you have not invested in Fan Base is owned by Isaac Hayes III. Remember the singer Isaac Hayes' grandson? I guess it's his grandson, his son, I don't know. But Fan Base, for only $399 you can invest, okay? That is one of those tree investments. Remember the portfolio? You put that in your growth portfolio. You can invest with them. There's also another one, TV Channel Network. You can invest with those guys. They're about the IPO. I don't know when, but super soon you can invest with those. That's a black-owned company. Here's another one, Pacaso, PACASO. You can invest in those guys. Invest in those guys. Fan Base $399, TV Channel Network $1,500, Picasso 1,000, and then there are some other ones that you can invest in as well. Before I go, I do want to tell you guys about. Give me a second. Make sure that you are looking at Yahoo Finance. Look up some stocks to invest into some stocks. There are some penny stocks out there. I'm invested in one called BTOG. BTOG. Go look at it. Go look it up for yourself. I think it's trading at 38 cents right now. Those are penny stocks. Anything that's trading like under, I think it's $5 is considered penny stock. So go check you out some BTOG. Penny stocks, check those out. If you're not on one of the trading platforms like E-Trade, if you got Cash App, you can trade on Cash App. Sure can. You can trade on Cash App. And remember, guys, get you some Bitcoin. Get you some Bitcoin. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency a little bit more tomorrow. Hopefully, it just depends on how I'm feeling. I may want to talk about something else. But in the meantime, guys, remember, collaboration over competition, individually grinding together equals a win for everyone. So be the best that you can be, because nobody is better at being you than you. I'm Sister JJ, aka Dr. Benjamin, and I'm living a life, and I want you to live the life too.